What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 4 battle for the APA Academy. Today we are facing off against the Norwich Skitties, coached by Don Fanatic, in a game that is going to be on Showdown just because we are... It was tough for us to schedule, honestly. The entire week that we were going to play, he was away, and then the week after, I was spending at Julia's place, and we have dinner at her place around the time that he was available to play, so I just could not get a chance. So we had to play on Showdown to make it quick and just to make it as easy as possible for the two of us, just to get the match done and uploaded on time. I would rather have a game for you guys to watch than no game, or a game for you guys to watch on Showdown than no game at all. So that's just what it is, and this is gonna be a very interesting game. He actually has a Mega KANGASKHAN, which I did not expect. I thought he had a regular KANGASKHAN, but that's just my bad. I just wrote it down wrong. But let's just go ahead and get into the teams. So my opponent has a team of KYUREM-WHITE, Tapu Fini, Heatran, Raikou with Zemoose, Crobat, Decidueye with Zemoose, Kangaskhan, or Mega Kangaskhan rather, still haven't changed it, HOOPA U with Zemoose, Garbodor, Rhyperior, Leavanny, and Minior, while we have a team of Ho, Tapu Koko with Zemoose, Aegislash, Mega Latios, Dugtrio with Zemoose, Amoonguss, Miltank, Seismitoad with Zemoose, Hawlucha, Bisharp, and Illumise. Now, for the first time this season, I am bringing a Zemoove on my Seismitoad. For the first time ever, I think I'll be doing that. Interesting. But yeah, we're running a... First off, I guess I'll just go in order. That was the last one I built just because, well, yeah. But my first one I built was my Latios here, my Mega Latios, Mystigan. We have a Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt, Calm Mind, and Roost. This set was pretty good against the team with KYUREM Black. It actually outspeeds a lot of this team. If I get to +2, I can just win the game outright, honestly. And as long as he's not like a Scarf Hoopa or a Scarf KYUREM with Ice Beam or Hyperspace Fury, if he's a Scarf specially offensive Hoopa, then I should be fine if I get to +2. But I do want to make sure I can obliterate that thing. I believe that +2 I need to be to get the KO on the Hoopa. We have speed for KYUREM-WHITE, so we're actually, I believe, a modest nature, just max speed. I could have gone timid and lost out on some damage output, but I had some bulk. I just felt like having the damage from modest was more valuable, so I decided to go with that. Our next mon is going to be our Dugtrio here. We have speed for the Crobat, creeping the Raikou, just in case you want to run that. Like I don't know, just in case you thought like, okay, Raikou is gonna reach this speed, and he's gonna run this the Dugtrio at this speed, then I was gonna run the Dugtrio to outspeed his Crobat thing. I would do that. The only reason I did that was because I didn't feel like it was necessary to use the other EVs elsewhere. It wasn't something that I usually do. I just felt like, you know what, doesn't really matter. I don't need the EVs. So yeah, and I have my standard 4 moves: Earthquake, Toxic, Stealth Rock, and Rock Slide. And we are sashed. We gotta make sure we keep rocks off our side of the field though, which is gonna be kind of tough against that Rhyperior there. Next up though, we have Rainbow, our Ho-Oh, which is the Charty Berry set. We are a Careful Nature. We're a defensive Ho-Oh this week with Will-O-Wisp, Roost, Earthquake, and Brave Bird. I have Earthquake here for the Raikou, and for what else? I'm trying to think about it. What else do I have Earthquake for? A Roosting Crobat. I have it for the Heatran as well. That's the big thing. So this set is not KO'd by Draco into Draco from a Specs KYUREM-WHITE. We're also not 2 KO'd by a timid, non-boosting Raikou's Thunderbolt, and we're not 2 KO'd by any Specs Hoopa U attack except for Psyshock, and also a modest Heatran will never 2 KO us with Ancient Power. I want to have more invested into my physical attack, but I didn't feel like I could afford it, so if he's a physical Scarf Hoopa, it's going to be very scary to deal with, especially because I'm not running any Scarfers this week. Moving on, our next mon is going to be Worldstar, our Coco. I am an Expert Belt set. I originally had U-Turn, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, and Grass Knot, and then for the longest time I was like, wait, I need to make sure that I can get rocks off of this my side of the field, and what can I take off this set, because I didn't want to remove anything off of my Latios, I didn't want my Ho coming in to get rid of rocks. So I decided to get rid of U-Turn on this set, which was my check to Hoopa from my Coco. But yeah, so no U-Turn anymore. I have Dazzling Gleam, I have Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, and I have Defog. Defog is there to get rid of hazards. I have max speed, max special attack to guarantee a speed tie, at least with a Crobat, or at least outspeed it. And yeah, next up though, we have our Aegislash Sir Robert here, which is Careful Natured. We have King Shield, Substitute, Shadow Claw, and Toxic. I don't think I have many notes on this set because honestly there really wasn't too much to talk about. We have HP and Speed F, HP and Physical Defense, so we're never KO'd by Rhyperior's Earthquake after rocks, or Hoopa's Jolly non-boosting Hyperspace Fury after rocks, which is pretty important. I would like to go for King Shield against that thing, but King Shield will not lower its attack, if I'm remembering correctly, because Hyperspace Fury will go through Protect. So yeah, kind of a useless thing there. So I can't really go for that against the Hoopa. I have to just Shadow Claw and hope that I survive the hit, and then just go for that. Moving on though, our final mon is going to be our Seismitoad. I teased it a bit at the beginning. It is Normalium Z with a Sassy Nature. We have Refresh, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Scald. And we are 0 Refresh this week. We have Spit F and HP, so we're not 3 KO'd by Feeney's Moonblast. The rest is put on our defense. We're not OHKO'd by any non-grass attack from HOOPA U. Specs, Bant, anything, no matter what, we are not OHKO'd. We're also not OHKO'd by any non-grass, not HP grass, Life Orb, Timid, KYUREM-WHITE attack, or Timid, Life Orb, Heatrance, Hidden Power, Grass, either. So basically we live a lot of hits, very important. It's just a good general wall overall, and I can kind of get a second life because of Z Refresh, which will boost my, which will bring my recovery, my HP back to full. So basically just like a rest without sleeping. Yeah, and that's our team. I'm hoping we can pull out a win here. We did have a very unfortunate loss last week, a close 2-0 loss. Hopefully we can come back and get a win this time around. So looking at the team that he brought the KYUREM-WHITE, Mega Kang, the Rhyperior, Tapu Fini, Raikou, and HOOPA U. Honestly, at the beginning of the game, I was like, why did he bring Kangaskhan? It's just a regular Kangaskhan. What the hell? No, it's Mega Kangaskhan. Makes more sense now, so I'm not surprised he didn't bring the Decidueye or the Crobat or something. But this team is very, very scary. Honestly, I feel like I have to lead with my Seismitoad. I just can't let him get up rocks early. I just can't. So I'm going to lead off with Seismitoad here, and he's actually going to go ahead and not lead off with the Rhyperior. It's going to be his Kangaskhan. And again, I thought this was a regular Kangaskhan, so I'm thinking Earthquake's my best bet here. I'm going to do that and see how hard it hits. But then he Mega Evolves, and he goes for the Body Slam, and yeah, forgot about that. He ends up paralyzing us here, not the end of the world. We do end up breaking free over here and hitting with the Earthquake, which can do about 30%, so that's nice, it's good damage. I'm going to go for a Z Refresh right here, so he's going to fire off a Wish. Thankfully, we do break free, and I can get back to full HP. Very, very nice, very important here. I'm now going to go for a Scald and just fish for a burn because this thing does not get Heal Bell, as he does get a high roll this time, and he does manage to put us in range of the next hit. So Scald will come out, we do not get the burn, and he's going to get back to full from the Wish. So at this point, I'm going to go for a second Scald here, hoping I can get the burn this time. So he goes to the Earthquake, breaking the Aegislash to come in, I guess. We survive the hit, thankfully. Scald comes out, and this time, we get the burn. So very, very costly for him not going for the Body Slam right away. It was a 50-50 though, and it did end up working out for us. But I'm going to go for the Scald again on this thing, and we're going to do a bit of chip to him, and I can now go for an Earthquake. I did want to switch on to Ho here, predicting the Earthquake, but I just couldn't afford to do it. I could not let my Ho get paralyzed from the Body Slam, so I decided to just stay out and just sack off my Seismitoad. It had no utility left anyways. It died to pretty much anything. So in comes my Latios here. I'm going to set up a Calm Mind. There's really no reason for me not to. The only way I would struggle against this thing is if he paralyzed me with the Body Slam. By my +1 now, I'm going to get to +2 here with my second Calm Mind, as he ends up going into his Raikou. And this thing, it will outspeed me. I have no way of knowing if it's Specs or Scarfed or Life Orb. Well, Life Orb I know, but I should take any hit easily, and we only take 24% from the Shadow Ball +2, which is amazing, and Dragon Pulse comes out and just obliterates the Raikou. So this threat is gone against us. It's very good because it would have been a big threat against the Ho in terrain. But in comes the Hoopa. I'm worried about it being Scarfed, so I'm going to go into my Ho, that's it. And unfortunately he gets a roll on us, which is a higher roll. He has to, I believe it's like 52% max is the roll he can get. So I'm going to go into my Coco here because I believe him to be Scarfed. And he actually pulled a double into the Rhyperior. I don't know if that was expecting the Coco, but it looks like it was definitely at least expecting the Ho to stay. It was a good mid-ground play. But anyways, I'm expecting this thing to go for Rocks now. If he doesn't go for Rocks, the Grass Knot that I have, if he's not Rindo Berry, it'll KO. Or if he's not Sashed. But if he does go for the Rocks, then that's fine by me. I'll Grass Knot again, and then I'll be able to go for a Defog on the next turn, depending on what he brings in. So I'm going to go for the Grass Knot here. He is Rindo Berry. He will survive. And I really want to go for the Dazzling Gleam here. I really do. But I can't guarantee that he will go down because he could be Solid Rock. He could also not be Solid Rock, which changes the calcs quite a bit. So because of that, he could either be super heavily Spit F invested, or he can be super not heavily Spit F invested. So I really don't know. It's because of that I have to go for the Grass on here, which is what I do. And he was telling me after the game that he really wanted to go into KYUREM-WHITE on that turn, which would have been absolutely terrifying had he done that. But anyways, in comes the KYUREM-WHITE now, and I'm just going to go for the Defog here, get rid of my hazards. Maybe he overpredicts and goes for a Dragon move or an Ice attack and I'll live. But no, he actually just goes straight for the Earth Power and he gets his KO on us. But the good news is there is no more rocks. Our Ho is free to just do whatever it needs to do. In comes my Dugtrio though. This is my only potential bring here. I didn't feel like going into my Latios was a good play. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know why I didn't do that, right? Oh yeah, because I wouldn't KO, that's why. I wouldn't KO with the Dragon Pulse. I had to have Draco Meteor, and I just didn't have that, so it wasn't the best idea for me to go into my Latios here. But I go into my Dugtrio. My plan is to chip this thing down, Maybe I get a KO, maybe get lucky with the damage rolls, and I get a crit or something, or I get a flinch with a rock slide. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go for the rock slide here. And we do actually get lucky this turn. We do get a flinch on the first rock slide, which is amazing. And now if he doesn't have Roost, we'll be able to get the KO on this thing because we do have our Sash intact still. So rock slide comes out. We don't flinch this time, but he does go for the Roost. So now we are in a losing battle, but we are going to land all of our rock slides pretty much because he has the drop in evasiveness. So he's going to go for the Ancient Power here. No boost, please no boost. He does not get the boost, thank God. I go for a rock slide again, and our Doug Trio get the KO on this KYUREM-WHITE. So fantastic, but in comes the Hoopening. And this is where I find out, I'm pretty sure that it is Scarfed. Yeah, so I found out he's Scarfed right here as he OHKOs my Doug Trio. I had to go for the Edge Stay, and I just could not switch in anything else. I go into my Ho here because I'll live any hit he wants to go for because he's Scarf locked into Hyperspace Fury. That does like 52% max to me. And Brave Bird, especially at -2, maybe even at -1, will get a KO on the HOOPA. So I'm going to go for the Brave Bird here. He's going to switch out hard into his Tapu Fini. And I really can't do anything to this thing. If he is running Toxic on this set, then I will be hit by it because I'm off the ground. So I'm just going to switch out. I'm going to go hard into, I believe, I go to my Aegislash actually. And he actually pulls out the Taunt. So great play on his part, really interesting set. I'm going to go for the Shadow Claw as he is going to just go for the Nature's Madness. I'm happy I stayed in, but also I'm kind of disappointed because that 50% is really big against us, and we only did 28% back to him. So I'm going to now switch out into my Latios. If he does go for Nature's Madness, fine by me. If he goes for the Taunt, which is actually what he does here, so I don't know, I guess that's a good play. I'm not really sure what he was trying to accomplish there, if he wanted to stop my Ho from roosting or something. But I'm going to go for Thunderbolt, and we actually get the KO here. So goodbye, Tapu Fini. I'm sure I think was not very heavily specially invested. Thunderbolt gets the KO there. Fantastic. In comes the Hoopening, though, and it's Hoopening. Anyways, I go into my Ho here just to scout, see the damage that he wants to do, and he's doing about 50%, still gets a bit less. If he got like the 40, like a min roll, I would have definitely stayed in and attacked. But because he didn't, I'm going to switch out into my Aegislash, sack it off. Now he's at -2, and I can go back into my Ho now, and I can click Brave Bird. This again is my best play. He's at -2. He can't kill me. Brave Bird comes out. He goes into his Kangaskhan, and because of that burn early on, that Seismitoad burn, which is so clutch because this thing would do so much more damage to me, I can now just roost up the damage that I would take from this attack here. So Body Slam comes out. As long as I don't get paralyzed, we're golden. I don't get paralyzed, which is nice, and I get back up to full right now, or 99%. I'm now going to go for the Brave Bird here as he's going to go for a second Body Slam. Does he get the paralysis on me? He does not. Thankfully, we managed to not get paralyzed. It's great. It honestly didn't matter too much if we did get paralyzed or not. It just matters if we would have broken out. If we had not broken out, then it would have mattered definitely. But because he didn't paralyze us, it's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. Anyways, he goes into his HOOPA like he only can do. I'm gonna go into my Latios and sack it off because I need to get into -2 just to guarantee a KO. And I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird here as we're at full HP. We take that hit, and at this point, I can just get a KO, and we will win this game. So GG to our opponent. We end up picking up a 1-0 win in a game where Ho honestly carried us defensively. Just the fact that it had Regenerator, I clicked Roost once, I think. And the fact that it had Regenerator this week was just so massive, so important, and it really was able to be the MVP for us, honestly. I want to give special shout-outs to the Doug Trio, getting the kill on the KYUREM-WHITE. Yes, the flinch kind of sucked, but at the same time, my plan was just to chip it down to the point where Latios could just put in work. Because again, all I needed to do was just get my Latios in, and it basically got a KO every time. And then it forced the HOOPA in, and then I go into my Ho, and just, yeah. But honestly, thank God for Ho, because this was our only check, quote unquote, to the HOOPA, which is terrifying. And yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're nearing 450 subscribers, or 650 subscribers. And also make sure to answer the comment question of the day. What is your favorite KYUREM form? Regular, white, black? What's your favorite to use competitively? Just let me know why as well down in the description below. KYUREM-WHITE is so damn cool, but KYUREM-BLACK is my favorite. So yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.